Welcome to Wofoy TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that whenever I drop new videos, you'll be here to watch it. But if you've been coming here and you have never subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. All you have to do is just sign into your Gmail account and then click on subscribe for my video, and you will be part of the Wofoy TV family. Thank you so much. All right. So guys, today I wanted to talk to y'all about getting your evidence together to show that your marriage is real, especially for DV lottery selectees. All right. There are a lot of people who go through the DV lottery process, and then when they go to the interview, they are not able to provide enough documentation to prove that their marriage is real. All right, and that is understandable because the typical marriage visas that people who live in the United States, when we file or apply to bring our family members, our husbands, the wives, children, when we want to bring our relatives to the United States, the evidence, the multitude of evidence that we bring, is understandable that if you're not in the United States, you will not be aware that this is what we have to do for our case to be legit here. So guys, I wanted to, expose you all to the stuff that when somebody here in the United States wants to bring their family member, the type of documents that are required to show that this relationship or this marriage is real, okay? So that when you go for your DV lottery interview, you will bring similar evidence to support your case. There's a difference between people who have fake marriages and they are not able to defend it, and they are not able to convince the consular officer that that marriage is legit, and then somebody having a real marriage but then they're unable to provide enough evidence, or they were not really prepared, or they didn't understand the multitude of tasks that they have to defend this or to prove that this relationship was genuine. So they just show up to the interview and they just had a minimal amount of evidence that was not really solid. So guys, today the things that I'll talk about, they're not comprehensive, but if these are things that apply to you, or that is something that you can you have access to, that you can add to your case, then guys, go ahead with it. Okay, so the first thing that I'll talk about is your marriage certificate. The marriage certificate is, the first thing, whether you got married in customary, common law, civil marriage, which is marriage by ordinance, whatever type of marriage that it is, whether it's a religious marriage, there has to be a document that testifies, that shows that you are married. Okay, so it doesn't have to be that you did a wedding or whatever that it is. You need to have a paper that says that this person is married to this person on this day, and whatever extra information that the jurisdiction that contracts marriages in your area, that whatever extra information they will put on there, but at least it should identify the people who got married, the date of that event, and whatever extra stamps, things that they add on there. Okay, and that document should also come from an authority that is responsible for or somebody who has been authorized by law in your area to contract marriages, to produce those forms. So you as an individual cannot go and create your marriage certificate and bring it, because you are not authorized to do that. Your country has not given you the power to give marriage certificates. Okay, so you need that marriage certificate. The next thing that you can think of to add to prove that there was even a marriage was, did y'all take a picture or pictures of your marriage ceremony? If there were pictures that were taken of your marriage ceremony, then you bring it. Okay, please be very careful in staging any photo shoot. If y'all didn't take any pictures of your marriage, don't go and stage any fake photo shoot. All right, because the consular officers, they're trained for this. You are not the only person who has gone through there and showed fake stage photo shoots. So don't do it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But the other things that you can bring to help your case, right? So those are just the first two things. And one thing that I want to say is that because these two documents, marriage certificates and pictures of the marriage ceremony, those things can be faked. Anybody, even me, I can have that. Like in certain countries, not in the US you cannot just get marriage certificates. But in certain countries, you can get marriage certificates. People who have not even been married, they can get fake one. They can get family members to get together and do a photo shoot to pretend that there's a marriage ceremony and all that. So even though these things are necessary in your process, they don't hold as much power to convince a consular officer that the marriage is legit, okay? And know that one of the important things that the consular officer will be based on to determine whether your marriage is legit is body language. At the end of the day, they're going to use their gut instinct, body language, looking at you, asking both of your questions, and trying to see if, does it look like these people are married? Does it look like these people even like each other? Does it look like these people are related by marriage? So at the end of the day, that is what they're going to that's why we don't get to do our interviews virtually. You have to come in person so that they can look at you, your movement, your body language, to see if anything like the document that you've given me, your body language doesn't even support that. Okay? The other things that normally people who are not in the US don't even consider as important, I'm going to mention those things. So just in case you don't have the pictures of your marriage ceremony, if that was never done, then these are some of the other things that you can bring to the interview, okay? So one of the things that you can bring will be evidence showing joint ownership of property. When I say property, it can be a house. Do you both own a house together? Do you both have your names on the deed of the property? So if the house, the deed, or if it's the land, a piece of land, both of you have your names on there, you can bring it on there. If you also have a joint bank account, then you can get the bank statement showing both of your names on that bank account. The other thing that you guys can do will be a life insurance policy. Do you have life insurance policy that lists your spouse as beneficiary in case of death? Do you guys have anything like that? I know some jobs, life insurance policy is not a common thing in many countries in Africa, but certain jobs may give you insurance policy. Certain jobs, depending on how risky the job is, they might put insurance policy on all of the employees. And when there's life insurance policy on you, most of the time you have to pick a beneficiary that in case something happens to you, your spouse and your children may get that benefit. So if you have something like that lists your spouse, that lists your child, please bring that with you to the interview. If you have a pension scheme, most countries in Africa, if you work in the formal sector, then there's going to be a pension scheme. So if you work for the government, or even some private companies are required to make pension contribution. Here in the US we call it 401k. But if you have a pension scheme and the beneficiary is your spouse, then get the statement of beneficiary, bring it to the interview, because that is an extra information. Nobody will, in my view, nobody will just put a stranger as the beneficiary on their retirement or life insurance policy, because why would you have a spouse and put an outsider on there? So when you have a spouse and the person is on there, it's legit. You will not put an agent or a connection man on there when You know that, hey, this person, I don't care for them. If something happens to you, would you want them to get your money? Most of the time, people want their family, so their spouse, their children, to get that. So if you have your spouse as a beneficiary on any of these policies, then you can bring part of your document. You can bring a statement of that document, but with that information. Please, I know sometimes it's, people will take affidavit statement written by that. It's okay, but it doesn't hold as much power. It doesn't hold as much power, right? Somebody, because I can sit here and write a statement for you and say whatever I want and then give the letter to you and then you go. So bring things, evidence, something, bank statement and stuff like that. The other thing that you can do, if you are a couple and you have children, there's something that you can also get. That will be your child's enrollment form. And in some schools, not every school, please, you can reach out to your children's school and ask. The enrollment document, sometimes they indicate that, oh, this is the child, the baby's name, their parents' names on there, and have you been showing up to the parent-teacher association meeting? Is the mom, like both of you, have you been very active in your child's life, especially when it comes to the school, going to the school and all that? If you have those documents, something there that will show that both of you, your names are on here, the school knows both of you that you are the parent of this child, then you can get that statement from the school and then you can bring it to the interview. So, and then now I'm going to talk about pictures. So even though that wedding pictures may be good, marriage ceremony pictures may be good, the other thing that too can help you will be other events that both of you have attended as a couple. Did you all go for a banquet and both of you were sitting next to each other? You took a picture together. Were you dressed, like a lot of African couple like to match their clothing, Do you have pictures like that? That show you too as a couple. You can bring those to the interview. The other thing too will be postal mail, right? Does your spouse receive postal mail to the same address as you? So let's say you got your letter. Let's say both of you are government workers. You got a letter from, say, education office, maybe your district education office, your name and then the address. Your wife, who is also, say, a nurse, got a letter through the same postal address. You can bring those envelopes to show that we use this address. This is for us. So anything that shows that both of you are there. If you two have taken a vacation outside of your country or even inside your country, anywhere together, you took pictures, please include that information, because it's also further evidence to show that you two are in a genuine relationship, okay? You two are in a genuine relationship, all right? If you are somebody who doesn't wear wedding rings, please don't go and rush and put on wedding ring as something to just for the interview, because if you are not the person who likes wedding rings and stuff like that, when you go for the interview and they ask you can explain to them, yeah, I'm not a fan of wedding rings. I don't even wear watch. I don't like things on my hands and my fingers, so I don't wear wedding rings. They will understand. But if you know you don't wear wedding rings and then you go for because of the interview, you go and put on a wedding ring to go and fool them, but then they look at all of your pictures, you don't wear wedding rings in there, then please don't go and Photoshop your pictures. Don't go and Photoshop anything. Be as genuine as possible, all right? If you own a car together, you need to include, the car ownership papers. If both of you, the vehicle title, if it's both of you in your names, then you need to bring that. Anything that will convince someone that yes, like you two are connected, not by just somebody attaching themselves to you because you've been selected for DV lottery or stuff. If you are, say, dating back in school, something and you took a picture together, those things, they help your case. So please guys, don't go to the interview with just your marriage certificate. That is not good enough. Any married couple should have more than, because your life is your lives are intermingled, so there has to be something that shows that these two people, their lives are like intertwined. So that is all you're trying to do. So before you go for the interview, please go through your stuff to see any evidence that you guys can produce to show that you have been married. But just know that letters, affidavit letters from people attesting that you're married and stuff, that they will help, but they hold this much of power. But you having letters showing that, oh, we use the same address, both of us, because we live here. If there's something in a, something that will prove that you two are connected, then you can bring that to the interview. So guys, that's all that I wanted to talk to you about. So before you go for the interview, don't show up there with nothing, because if you're not able to prove that your marriage is real, then it might as well be fake. Okay, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please subscribe, watch my other videos. I've talked about how to put documents together. I've talked about how to organize your documents. I've talked about so many things, so many topics. Just go to my channel and look at videos. You click video play all, or look at my videos. You can search for the type of video that you're looking for. Please subscribe. I love you. Thank you so much for all the support, and thanks for sharing my video. Thanks for subscribing. Join my Greek Card Lottery groups: Greek Card Lottery Africa, Greek Card Lottery Ghana, moving to America /Wofoy TV, and then Greek Card Lottery winners. All right, so thank you guys. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video.